crazy deck to show you. If you don't know, pirates have come to Shadow Era. There's a whole new tribe. They use ships that are a really cool mechanic. And this is my day one build that I think is really crazy. So let's just jump right into the game that I played that I want to show you guys. So the idea of this deck is we're using Aramia to find our ship, and Aramia just guarantees we find our ship and just gives it to us without even have to pay any resources. So Aramia is just the natural choice, in my opinion, for any of these pirate decks. We're going to sacrifice a Shrine of Negatia. That's going to be a really good card later on, but right now is not as important. We're going to play our Tome of Knowledge. We really want to draw a lot of cards because this is a combo deck and the combo is like 5 or 6 cards. So you really need to be drawing, you really need to be finding your combo pieces. Aramia helps find one of your combo pieces, but then you really have to kind of assemble the rest of them. Now, even though you have to assemble so many combo pieces, this is one of the more consistent combos I've come across. And the reason is that this deck has so much draw. And here's one of those ways. We're going to put Dashing Navigator into our ship that's going to seek a location from our deck. So a lot of our combo pieces are going to be seeking each other and finding each other. This ship just found us our location, and this location is necessary to draw us more cards. We could technically do the combo without this location, but as you see here, we're going to play Shoreline Skirmish. This is the one unseekable part of the combo that is kind of hard to find, but what it says is you target an ally in your ship and it enters play, it's readied, but then at the end of your turn, it comes back to your ship. Now, here's the thing about support abilities and effects like that. If you can find a way to remove the Shoreline Skirmish or remove your ship, that ally stays out. So that's what we're going to do here. And this is where the Shrine of Negatia comes in handy. We can actually return this Shoreline Skirmish back to our hand, and now we just have a 7/9 ally out on turn 5, which is pretty crazy. Now, our opponent does have the answer. The answer is Slithering Viper, and there are a lot of answers to fatties these days, so it's not going to win us the game on its own. But that was an insane play that I think a lot of decks might not be able to handle. Here I make a mistake actually. Here I 100% needed to use this card to put my Ancient of Aldmor into my ship. I definitely should have done that. That would have saved me a lot of turns later on, I think, and a lot of effort later on, but that's fine. We were able to put in our Karlstrad from our hand into our ship. So this is going to be a harder deck to play. As you can see, I'm already misplaying a little bit, not playing as well as I can. Again, this is a new kind of deck here, but still, I think, yeah, it is tricky to play. We are going to use our Karlstrad to hit face. We're not going to use our ship ability because it's on one durability. If you use your ship and it is destroyed, then you can't use your Shoreline Skirmish. Now, I still use the Shoreline Skirmish even though I don't have my Shrine of Negatia, and the reason is that I know that it's going to come back into my ship, and every time something joins my crew, I get a draw card. Here, I actually pop the ship. The reason is, now that I got rid of the Emor, I want this Karlstrad to actually stick. I want it to stay on the board. I do not want it to return to my hand. Now, we did end up drawing into a Shrine of Negatia, which is unfortunate because we had 0 resources there. Otherwise, we could have definitely picked up this Shoreline Skirmish again. I believe we have one more Shoreline Skirmish left in the deck, and that is one of the issues with this deck. You need to preserve your Shoreline Skirmishes because you only have 4 of them, and we don't run away to retrieve it from the discard. So here we're just digging for that Shoreline Skirmish. We're just playing cards and drawing cards with Tome of Knowledge. We just need that last Shoreline Skirmish because if you notice something, we're building a lot of Shadow Energy here. And that's kind of why we're running Ancient of Aldmor. It's like the highest attack ally in the game if you have a lot of Shadow Energy. I mean, I'm sure there are other ways you can pump up an ally, but just by itself, it gets a ton of damage, a ton of attack. So it gets attack equal to your Shadow Energy plus 3. So it's currently a 10 attack move. That's lethal right here. If we can just find our Shoreline Skirmish, as soon as we find it, we have lethal. So we're just going to try and draw into it. And so we're just going to actually play and Sun-blighted One, which is an insane card here. I decided not to attack just in case my opponent has lethal here. 16 health is not all that much. We're just really waiting on that Shoreline Skirmish, that very important card that's going to win us the game here. And so we're totally okay to just sit back, take things to the face, kind of deal with our opponent's allies. And there we go. We draw into it finally. We play it, and then we can put out a 13 attack Ancient of Aldmor that's readied. That's an insane amount of damage. That's half of Badru's life. And then we're going to do it one more time because we have a Shrine of Negatia. And then we're going to do it one more time because we have another Shrine of Negatia. So we're going to get 3 allies out. This is enough to win the game, even if we didn't do any damage to our opponent previously. A 6 attack, a 13 attack, and another 13 attack Ancient of Aldmor. Not a lot of decks can deal with that. I mean, you can run maybe some disruption, some item destruction is really what's going to stop this deck. Sometimes removing the location can slow down this deck, but I think this is a deck that not a lot of people are prepared for because it's so new. So let's take a look at the deck list and why I think this deck is crazy and is only going to get crazier. First of all, we can run a really lean list of 40 cards because we want to see our combos as much as possible. We want to see our location always. We want to see our Horizon's Reach always. And we can run this lean list and pretty reliably get our combo off because of the fact that we're drawing so much with the Horizon's Reach. This card lets you draw a card as long as you control the active location. You can play this location on turn 1. So you're always going to have this location, if you draw into it, to draw with the Horizon's Reach. Moreover, the Ravenscrest is going to let you draw one more time whenever you play your Shoreline Skirmish. So you're not even going negative for playing this card. And then you can put out your Ancient of Aldmor, which you put into your ship and drew a card from the Horizon's Reach. So for both of these cards, they just completely replace themselves whenever you use their abilities. And then you can just get like these massive fatties out on turn 4, turn 5, maybe even turn 3. And so, yeah, it's a crazy deck. Turn 3 would be a little bit hard, but turn 4, you'll have the Shadow Energy to put in your ship, and then you can play your Shoreline Skirmish. So turn 4 is probably when you're going to be playing your fatty out. Yeah, this is just, I mean, a crazy combo. And one thing I've been thinking about is, how can I improve this deck? If I was going to really work on this deck more, first of all, I don't have all the cards. I brought maybe I want to say 20 packs. Yeah, my Shadow Crystals is running low because I brought so many packs, and I don't have all the ships yet. I don't have the Advancing Airship or the Coastal Barrage Frigate, which honestly I don't need. I think this is the best ship probably because it just draws you one whenever you play something joins your crew. Yeah, docked and loaded is maybe good. It doesn't ready your ally when it enters play, so I'm not totally sure, but I think I would probably run this card. I would find some room to run this card because I've had games where you run out of Shoreline Skirmish and you can't really do much. I think I need more of this card. I only pulled one Dashing Navigator. So Dashing Navigator is one of the best pirates to run with your ships because it just gives you your location. So it's what's going to really work well with this ship here, the Horizon's Reach. I haven't experimented with the other pirates, but there are just so many pirates in this expansion that I'm sure you could do more things. But I'm going to say it. I think this card is too good for what it is. It's a 2-cost, put something into play that could be a fatty, and it just seems super, super good. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but there's something here. I have to play more games with it to say for sure, but I think this is a very, very solid deck. So in terms of matchups, again, it's a fragile combo because, people can blow up your ship. People can, remove your location. And there's plenty of fatty removal in the game right now to the point where even a turn 4 fatty is, manageable for a lot of decks. So, it's tough. But I will say that it just seems really, really strong as a card. And I'm sure someone will find a way to really break this. And it already feels pretty broken. So anyway, that's my list, my day 1 list. I'm sure this is going to get better over time, and people are going to find more ways to abuse the pirates, but first impressions are the pirates are really, really good. You should be playing them. They are a little complex, but nothing crazy. I think if you start thinking about these ships kind of like, honestly, the ships remind me a lot of locations, except for the fact that they cost something. It's a location that costs resources. It just lets you have this effect, and it lets you hide allies away, and use them to get an advantage. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a very cool mechanic. I'm a big fan of the pirates. I've rambled on long enough, so yeah, that's the video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.